How you doing, guys, gals, and non-binary butlers who make good bread? Hey everyone, welcome to Princess of Gay. I'm your host Connie, and today we are here with my blind reaction to episode 3 of Dr. Stone New World. So last time we had a really good episode, we had Francois the Butler introduced. We had heard about Francois from Rusui basically right when he was brought back. And now we actually get to meet them. They are basically non-binary. The technicality of it is that Ryusui just doesn't remember their gender. But he and everyone else refers to them with they, them pronouns, and it doesn't look like they're willing to correct anything. So I guess they just don't mind it. So you could see it as like gender queer, gender fluid, or non-binary. I'm going to go with non-binary just for sake of ease and simplicity for the reactions and all. Plus, honestly, I'm just starved for non-binary representation in media. We get a lot of other queer representation, but not a lot specifically for non-binary. We get plenty of, like, queer women, for example, like lesbians and bisexual women and stuff. There's even some more, like, trans female representation than you would think at this point. But there's just not a lot of non-binary. You just don't get enough of it. And so I feel like there's enough evidence to count this. On top of that, we also had the reporter woman. I don't remember her name, but we got her backstory and we got her, like, getting a camera, which was super important to her and, like, actually made her, like, break down and cry because of how, like, big a deal that is for her, how important, like, her love for cameras has become in her life, well, prior to, being petrified. It actually, like, made me tear up. It was that, like, beautiful and, like, lovely of a scene. It was great. And the character work in this series just in general has been really good. Like, all the characters, like, feel really well developed and have, like, strong personalities and, well, character to them. And I really like that. Because this is a series that has so many characters and so many of them could easily get lost along the way. A lot of these characters could feel like they just don't mean anything. And honestly, this lady was going to be one of them for me. It felt like she was going to be a character who just wasn't going to get much. Who wasn't going to be much. She was there, like, because her reporting skills could come in handy and stuff, but ended up being super important, having this big backstory episode. Also, she had the revival fluid in the first place to be able to revive Francois, so it was like it was just really good. It was probably the best episode of Dr. Stone we've had, period, so far. And that's saying a lot because this series has been absolutely fantastic. We get to see more of Ryusui's positive greed, and I'm very, very excited to see what more they do as they prepare for setting sail to find South America and all. But also how that trip's going to go. I'm still thinking that the trip is going to start at the end of this part. Part 1 of New World, I think, is going to end with them, like, just setting sail. And then part 2 will probably be them maybe at sea for an episode and then reaching the New World. That's my guess. That's my theory. Obviously, I don't have any evidence to support this right now. It's just what I think I would do. Considering they have this split up into 2 parts. Granted, I guess it also depends on how the manga went, but, Either way, I'm just really excited to see more of this. I just really want to get into this series more than ever before. So we're not going to waste any more time. We're just going to get on with it and hope for the best. So let us get this started. Hold up just a sec. Before you click that link down in the description below to get to today's video, I want to remind you of all the awesome content we have both on this channel and the Princess of Gaming channel. Let's check it out. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. So, every so often, we have an episode of a show where it's like, okay, cool stuff is happening. It's not anything like special, but cool stuff is happening. It's like really interesting, really entertaining. And then something happens in the episode that just kind of blows everything else out of the water. It just kind of like completely takes over all of the focus and attention of the episode. No matter how good the rest of the episode was, it's that one thing that just completely overshadows everything else. This is one of those moments. We don't know for 100% certain if this is the source of the petrification. We actually do not know that. But if it is, whoever this person is would have to have been petrified themselves. That they couldn't have stayed like alive for these thousands of years. They would have had to petrify themselves and have been like unpetrified semi-recently too. And if they were behind the petrification, that would also imply that they probably know quite a bit about science and would be able to like do the same kind of stuff Senku's been doing. Maybe for even longer, so maybe like they're even further along than us. And if that's the case, then they would be able to notice and tune into this frequency. Sending Morse code would also be smart instead of just direct communication, whether that'd be possible or not at the moment, because this way you don't give up any information that you might not be wanting to. So just Morse coding the word Y over and over could also imply a lot. If this person did the petrification out of like an actual like evil like intent, like if it was malicious, then the why could be like, why are you fucking everything up for me? Why are you awake? Why are you doing this? But we don't know why someone would do that unless they just had like some kind of beef with humanity as a whole. If this person did the petrification accidentally, then that raises a lot of questions too. And the why could be more inquisitive and more like, you know, like just genuine curiosity. There's a lot of things that you have to think about with this. And it's like, this is the same episode we got oil. This is the same episode we like are starting to work on a restaurant menu and stuff. Suika returned after having been absent for a while. It's like so genuinely like investing of an episode already. And yet at the same time, again, it's overshadowed by this. By this sudden reveal. And the thing is, like I said, we don't know if this is 100% true. We don't know if this is the petrifier. It could have been someone else who is scientifically gifted who woke up and formed a society of their own. That's possible too. Um, but at this moment, we don't have any other information. And judging on even the visual we saw, the like skull like smoky visual, it almost seems like it is implying that this is the mastermind. Now, the other question you'd have to think behind this is, would the petrifier be human, or would it be some kind of AI machine? The problem with this thought, though, is that how could it be an AI machine? Because this has been thousands of years, everything has degraded. There, like, no machines or buildings or anything are really left. So it's like that wouldn't even really work as a concept. Unless the AI machine also had ways to keep, like, to upkeep itself. But I just don't see how that would be possible. And the only other exception in terms of upkeeping over all this time would be someone like maybe the petrifier who built the machine would have to like unpetrify and repetrify over and over again, which we assume would possibly be would we assume it'd be possible, because if the person who petrified it in the first place, they'd know how to do it, they'd be able to know how to undo it, and so they could probably put something in place where that happened every so often and they could upkeep it. Like unpetrify themselves for a short amount of time, upkeep the machine, repetrify themselves, and then rinse and repeat. It seems like it would be a difficult thing to do, especially after so long. It's like you'd have to find materials and everything as well. But it's not impossible, technically. Um, I don't think there's any other way though for that to exist, but I don't know. I just genuinely don't know because we don't have enough information right now. That was pretty fascinating though. I do wonder if Rory did admit her feelings there, because we didn't actually hear what happened after it cut out. And I don't know if Rory and them knew that it cut out. Only those on the boat knew, right? So if they didn't know, then Rory might have like confessed everything at that moment, and yeah, just might have just not been heard that way. But this is pretty crazy, because whether this is the original petrifier or not, the point stands that this is changing everything. Because it either means that this is the petrifier, and that's massive. That's like obviously huge for a number of reasons. Or it's some other scientifically minded person who woke up either around the same time or earlier, has created similar technologies, and was able to interfere with this. And I don't know which option I would prefer in this case. So that's really fascinating. The rest of this episode, like I said, was good too. Using the maps to find things, finding the oil, finding the truffles after getting the boars. But then I have to switch to the dogs because, the boars will eat the truffles. I love that they included that in there. Like, because that is a real thing. And I was even talking about it right beforehand. They stopped using pigs and boars to find truffles because the pigs would eat them. So they started using dogs and whatnot instead. So yeah, that just like that is an actual thing, and I love that. I love that that was in here. We don't really get too much with the restaurant and menu thing. Obviously, I guess the other stuff they've already made food wise would be in there, but also there's gonna be like boar meat and everything as well with truffles, which is a little fancier, a little more special. So that's pretty fun in of itself as well. Um, and yeah, we get to see just a lot of like progress made from the past episode and everything. Even get to see this motorboat made, and how the oil, how good of a quality the oil is, because it smells like gasoline, because of the reference to the first episode with Taiju. A lot of great moments in this episode, but like I said, that last bit just overshadowed everything. That was such a big deal. Again, whether it is the original petrifier or not, it's a huge deal because it means that someone else is out there either way. So that's very exciting, and that raises a lot of questions. I am very curious to see where that goes, and we might not even get all the info right away. If that is the original petrifier, we might like drip feed that to us over time. Um, I guess we'll see. I guess we'll find out. In the meantime, though, tell me in the comments below, what did you think of this episode? Did you enjoy it as much as I did? What did you think of the big reveal at the end? Again, one way or the other, it's a big reveal. Let me know your thoughts down below. And for now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See you all next time.